Hi guys and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about Real Techniques Bold Metal Collection brushes, but the fake and the real ones. Okay, so I'm just going to be basically comparing the real ones and the fake ones with each other. First of all, obviously we know the Real Techniques Bold Metal Collection brushes are absolutely stunning, but they're very, very expensive, especially here in Australia for a drugstore line for brushes. They cost roughly $50 to $60 and depending on where you get them. So you're probably looking at $400 for this entire set. As for the fake ones, you can probably get them for $20 or $25 depending on which eBay seller you go with, and depending if you're willing to get the ones that have RT and the brush numbers on them as well. Another main difference is the real ones are actually made of synthetic fibres, whereas the fake ones are made of goat hair. Okay, so some of the sellers that I saw on eBay actually sold the fake ones in boxes that look very, very similar to the original ones. The ones that I got were the cheaper set that don't actually have RT and the number written on it, which is totally fine. It just came in a pouch instead. So when you compare the fake one and the original one, or the real one, next to each other, you can definitely tell there are some discrepancies between the colour. So the real ones obviously have the RT logo and the numbering, and the gold is a bit different. So the gold for the real one looks more like a platinum gold, whereas the fake one looks like Christmas tinsel gold. And also the weight, there is a difference. So the real ones are weighted, so it helps with the application and everything, whereas the fake ones just feel like they're hollow and empty. So let's talk about the bristles or the brushes themselves. As you can see, the real one has like, it's pinched here and it goes tapered like that. Great way to describe brushes, like this and that. Whereas the fake ones just kind of look like that. So again, if you can see those so again, look at that comparison, and the bristles just glide with each other when you do that. It's just very, very soft, and I find that I get a more even application of powder. Though I mainly use this for dusting powder off, but when you use it to apply powder, it just feels so much better. Whereas with this one, as you can see, there's really not much shape. And also, I don't know if you can see it, but some of the bristles are a little bit longer where they're not supposed to be longer, if that makes sense. And the bristles just don't seem to be, you know, they don't flow with each other very well. But in terms of powder application, they work pretty much the same. Obviously, the real one just feels a lot softer, so applying powder with this is just such an amazing experience. Okay, moving on to the foundation brush. So this has got to be one of the better copies. I mean, it looks very, very similar. Only when you compare them side by side that you can definitely tell that the fake one has shorter bristles. But overall they look and feel the same, and application is pretty much the same. A little bit streaky, so I recommend you use a patting motion after to kind of like blur those lines. The real one just feels a little bit more sturdier, so it's perfect for applying foundation, whereas this one, it's a little bit flimsier and it just doesn't blend foundation as well, but overall pretty similar in terms of finish. Okay, let's move on to the rose gold brushes. So the rose gold brushes from the fake line are really, really bad copies. I mean, look at that. Side by side, they really don't look like each other. First of all, the bristles are longer, and it doesn't have that shape for like contouring. Obviously, the real one is more of like this dense rectangular shape, whereas the fake one, it's just, I know, like a really short blush brush, to be honest. So with the real one, it's perfect for contouring. You can get that shape. You can do that as well with this one, but it's going to be more of a blended, smoked out look. So if you guys are more into the harsher like line contour and then you just blend it out, this is definitely the one I would choose. Whereas this one, it's just, I don't know, it's just a shorter blush brush, and I don't know if you can see that, but some of the bristles are already like flayed out, like they weren't cut out properly. Moving on to the blush brush, mine's a bit dirty, sorry. I've been using this one for highlighter. I was really looking forward to this brush when it arrived because I really liked the original, and I was hoping to get another one that was very, very similar so that I could use it for blush. And it works, but just not as well as the original. So again, looking at the brushes themselves, they really don't look alike. Again, this one looks like a small blush brush, whereas this one is a smaller tapered version of the powder brush. So it's got a bit of a pinch here, and it's tapered like that. So it's perfect for the application of highlighter in my opinion, whereas this one, it's just going to give you another like big smoked out area of highlight. So if you guys are into that, this is probably a good one for you. Okay, sorry guys, I sound very biased at this point, but I'm a bit disappointed. I mean, if you're going to make a fake, make it very similar at least. Okay, moving on to the eye brushes, Platinum Silver. These ones, the fake ones, actually got them right this time. So again, these ones don't really look alike. I mean, the oval shadow brush is obviously sort of like an oval shape, so perfect for applying overall lid colour, and sometimes I use it because of its shape. I can use it to kind of blend in the crease, whereas this one, again, it just looks like a paintbrush. I can't do anything with it for my eyes, and it's also very flexible or flimsy, so I can't really use it to blend. So like maybe I can use it to apply shadow all over the lid, but that's pretty much it, and that's pretty useless. So for this one, I've been using it to contour my cheeks, just because it is that perfect shape, to kind of get a bit of a line, so much better than their, you know, contour brush. I'm not a big fan of it on the eyes, but I can definitely use it on the face. Okay, moving on to the pointed crease brush. Now this one actually looks more like the original. It's sort of like that big bullet shape. The original one is really dense, so it's perfect for applying colour into the crease or smudging underneath the lash line, whereas this one is a little bit more flexible. I do like using this. I do enjoy using it to contour my nose and a little bit on the eyes. Out of all these brushes, I would say this is probably one of the best dupes for the original one, if you guys really like the shape of this one. Okay, last but not least are the angled liner brushes, and they look very similar. I think the fake ones are tiniest, like fraction wider and a fraction taller, and the bristles aren't cut properly. Like I wish I had a macro lens so I could show you, but the real one, they look like they were clean cut like that, whereas the fake one, it looks like they had a pair of dodgy scissors and they just cut it like that. So some of the bristles on top are longer, while some are shorter, and then the lower bits, it's pretty much the same story. Though I do enjoy using this for my eyebrows, because it's sturdier. I don't know why, for some reason it's just sturdier. And the original one is much softer, and I prefer using this to draw eyeliner, just because it's so soft and you really want that fluid action. Whereas for the brows, if you're not using a brow pomade, if you're just using like a brow powder and like wax, this is perfect because it's sturdier. And there you guys go. That is my comparison of the fake and the Real Techniques Bold Metal Collection brushes. If you have the money, I definitely suggest to go for the real ones. I mean, the quality and the finish that you get for these brushes are amazing. I wouldn't recommend all the brushes, but if you are going to be getting these brushes, definitely get the real ones. I mean, obviously, if you guys are on a budget, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to get these brushes as well. I mean, they're only $20, and some of these brushes you can definitely use, some of them, but you can still definitely make a complete makeup look. What I have a problem is that people sell them as the Real Techniques brushes. That's where I have a problem. So yeah, I thought I'd do a bit of a compare and contrast video to help those of you guys that are looking for a bargain with the Real Techniques brushes, and help spot a fake. So there you guys go, that is my video. Hopefully you found it useful, and tell me, what are your favourite makeup brushes to use? Leave a comment down in the comment box down below, and don't forget to thumbs up this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!